Alright. Let's see. Voice is there, still off screen. Excuse me, I needed to adjust something. Needed to adjust myself. Let's get that going. Let me check. Let me look. Okay, that's not coming in too loud, is it? That's not coming in too hot. Stop telling us about adjusting your balls. No, Polly. I would be much more ambiguous, much more unambiguous about playing pocket pool, which is totally not happening today. I'm actually busy putting one of my new bathrobes on. You know, because I'm old and... yeah. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just kind of march our happy little selves onto the screen? Onto the screen. There we are. We got the banners, we got this. Why are you here, Polly? Because we want you to be here. You bring joy and sunshine and happiness to the lives of everybody around you. I can't think of anyone who I would want at my birthday parties, more than Polly. And that is not a bit, that is the absolute truth. So how are you doing out there? How are you doing, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. Wednesday evening. Yeah! Here I am. If Mike Patton wanted to come to your birthday party, I think it'd be a competition. We'll worry about it when that happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, apparently things are not super genteel in the Faith No More camp at this point. Just taking a little sip. Just taking a little sip. Okay. It sounds... yeah. Doesn't seem there's a whole lot of interest. But then again, for the most part, people are, I guess, seemingly, you know, a bit kind of tight-lipped for the most part. I know there was that interview with Mike Borden, and he has no idea what the hell's going on. I'm not sure anybody really does. Then again, it might be a case of, you know, maybe Patton's still performing, Patton's still on tour, but he hasn't really done anything to the level that another Faith No More tour would get. So I don't know. We're basically reading minds at this point. So anyway, hello everybody. This is Poncho Smith here. Welcome in. Welcome back. And as you can tell by the room's new accoutrements, it is my date of birth. It is my birthday. You know what I was doing when the clock struck midnight and it turned to this day? You know what happened the very moment? I'll be out with my age, I don't give a fuck. You know what happened the moment I turned 40? I was doing laundry. That's what I was doing. Wasn't getting hammered, wasn't getting sloshed. I was just doing boring-ass household domestic shit. Still had a couple of chores to do today. Had to load up the dishwasher. Had to go walk out for groceries. Yeah, because I'm gonna try to make gumbo for the folks, because they're heading over on Saturday. And I want to make sure I get all that business taken care of. Wanted to get as much done as I could today. I've still got a couple of other things I need to take care of. Still got some other business to attend to. But, yeah. We'll just take it a day at a time. We'll just take it a day at a time. So not only is this my birthday, it is, as, wouldn't you know it, it's also my 1-year anniversary of being a PNG tuber, being a ping tuber. And I was toying with the idea of going back and, punching up some of, what do you call it? when I had contacted Sick White Tiger for the first time, she's the one that drew my OG boxer form. She's the one that put this set of PNGs together, the punk rock man. I was toying with the idea of showing off some of the sketch work that she was doing as we were kind of going back and forth. I shouldn't be coughing. I'm having multiple cherry Ludens. How you doing, Dalek? How you doing? Glad you could make it in. Glad you could make it in. Yeah. So, I was toying with the idea of doing a little sort of walkthrough of, like, the various sketches and, like, color alterations of some of the PNGs that I've used to this point. But I'm sort of thinking I might save that for another time. That was kind of like a last-minute idea among multiple last-minute ideas that I had for this stream. As a matter of fact, I didn't really finalize tonight's karaoke set list until a couple hours ago. I was still just kind of juggling things in my mind, juggling things in my head, until I came across something that I could work with and that I figured wouldn't be too much of a strain on my voice. Probably why I shouldn't be talking as much as I am right now, but you know what? We'll deal with it when we get there. We'll deal with it when we get there. Yeah, so all the fun is going to happen there, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I guess I'll go ahead and... It's always Declan, though. So, about that. So, the particular set list I'm going with, if there is a theme at all with the songs I'm going to get to in a bit, I guess the theme would be peak middle school poncho. Why, you ask? Because all that stuff, all the tunes you're going to hear, with maybe like one exception, are songs that I became intimately familiar with during the years running from 1996 to, I'd say, like 1999. No, don't worry, it's all good shit. It's all good shit. I am very good at curating myself. Even back then, I was kind of good at self-curation. So crap from when you were in middle school. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll live. Don't worry about it. Alright. So, I guess I'll also touch on some other things. I of course, am streaming this off of a new coffee table that was delivered late last week. And this has my screens, it has my Switch. We're all old, man. Well, some of us are getting there, some of us are already there. That's how it happens, that's how it tends to go. No back spasms yet. Haven't had any back spasms yet. I guess that's a good sign. Although I probably should go to a podiatrist at some point. What's the term for that? Plantar fasciitis? I don't know. I think that's been going on for a few years. And yet I walk everywhere anyway. Maybe all the walking I'm doing is kind of keeping me reasonably healthy. Could be doing a little more, but you know what? The daily walks, like an hour and a half, just about every day. You know, I have to imagine that's doing something. Plus, I'm not behind the wheel of a car on a regular basis, and I'm not, sort of like screaming at other drivers. The crash is the thing. The crash is only the first part. Then you have to deal with the lunatic who, given where I live, given the state I live in, there's like a 50-50 chance you're probably packing heat. So, if the crash doesn't do it, then the driver probably will. Anyway. Yeah, so, got my new table. It's working out nicely. I 2 tiers, 2 shelves. I can shove all the controllers and stuff at the bottom. and I can pull them back out when need be. Also this week, I decided to treat myself. I got myself a couple of things, got myself a couple of gifts. Self-gifts, retail therapy. Got myself 2 plush fancy bathrobes. I am wearing one of them right now. Streamers will often relay the fact that, they don't wear pants. Well, I'm wearing a bathrobe. It's cozy. And the other thing I got for myself, getting something from tomorrow. Not yet. I decided I'm gonna play wait and see on Switch Dose. Ancho Arthur Dent Smith. I'll have to look that up. That is one reference that currently escapes me. So I got myself some bathrobes. Had to get like 10 more hangers. Not just hangers for the bathrobes, but hangers for other laundry that I need to hang, other laundry that I need to air dry. Got a bunch of shirts and other things that I don't really want to put into a dryer. I'm too paranoid that they're going to get damaged or shrink or something like that. And the other thing I got for myself, and been wanting to grab this for a while now, I got Project A-ko on Blu-ray. The recent release, the one that looks really, really good. That one. I know folks go crazy about that. Up and down. Yeah. So, yeah. Probably gonna sit down and seriously watch it, for the first time in a little while. I know I watched it a few years ago, but, not in this, current iteration. Not in this edition. Yeah, it's the new, it's the Discotheque Media one. And I know people absolutely love that one. Very, very pivotal anime film. Although, for whatever reason, I kind of see it getting sort of, like, lowballed on MAL and AniList. What's up with that? You young punks, you Zoomers. You Zoomers, you have no taste. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna delay any longer. We're gonna make our way to the karaoke room. And, we'll just take things from there. I'll also lay down a couple of ground rules, well, not necessarily ground rules, but I'm gonna lay down and, we'll lay down a few things. Well, we'll get there. We'll talk about it then. So that's enough. That's enough of birthday jazz. So let's get moving. Let's get grooving. Going out the door. Gonna exit, and I will be with you shortly. Oh, wait, I'm already here. Hold on. I thought. Alright, let's try, let's try this again. Okay. Now I am actually in here. I have arrived. Okay. Outstanding. That's great. That's wonderful. Okay, oh, damn it. No, not that. We're not gonna do that just yet. Alright, so let's see. So what you see in front of you right now, this background that you're currently looking at, that's currently in front of you. Special effects by Mutant Enemy. Well, it might as well be. So, last year I used 2 different screens. I had a sort of neon 80s sort of highway kind of deal. We had that. And the other one was some kind of fireworks effect that we were using. I had intended to go to this stream. I had intended to use this one at some point, because I just typed in, like, backgrounds, blue-red light backgrounds, and one of these popped up. And I wanted to use it last year, but I never quite got around to it. So, but we are doing it now. So let's do the thing. Let's pop up the microphone. Yeah, the gold mic, the mic I'm going to be using throughout this show. Or for as long as my throat holds out. Yeah, we don't want to put the spotlight on there just yet. Don't want to do that just yet. All right. We'll get you. Maybe I'll go over here. Bring the mic up a little. Okay. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. So, two things I'll do right now. We'll get the set list popped up. We'll get the... Okay, now that I'm looking at it, I probably want to move this a little closer to the center. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I probably really should have, gotten this all worked out before, but you know what? Stuff like that happens sometimes. Stuff like that can be a thing. So yeah, two little text things that we got on the screen right now. We've got set list. And I guess what I can do in between songs is if there's anyone interested in, popping in on the Discord chat, if you feel compelled to do so, don't do it right now, because I have it muted. So, no one's going to hear you anyway. Although I'm not even in a call right now. I am now. I most certainly am now. But again, I have it muted on OBS, so just kind of hold your horses for the time being. I think what I'll do is, like between songs, if there's anyone who's interested in yapping, if there's anyone who's interested in popping their head in, saying hi, this'll be that opportunity. So I think, yeah, that's how we're going to play it for now. So without further ado, let's do the usual thing. Let's go to filters. Let's get my reverb going. I should probably take another sip. Hold on. Let's do this. And actually, I've been taking throat drops all day, just to kind of make them just to kind of make it easier for myself, just to kind of make things go a little bit more smoothly. Let me just crunch the rest of them. All right. So what I can do now. Okay, playlist. Okay, I have that set up, all ready to go. Alright, I think we're good. I did play a couple of songs before, trying to check, audio levels and whatnot. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be doing just fine. I think we'll be doing Dandy, like the Dandy Warhols. Quick note, there will be no Dandy Warhol song tonight on this birthday set. But, yeah. Okay, I think that's all the minutia out of the way. I think that's all that business done. Let me take a sip. And then we'll get into our first song. But before we do, I just want to give a little preamble. Space Dandy Warhols, yeah. That would have been a perfect crossover. Anyway, so with time, with age, you're when you look back, at least with my situation, when I look back, you sit back and you realize you might not have achieved everything, you might not have necessarily achieved everything you wanted, but at least you gave it a shot, you gave it a try. Something Theodore Roosevelt quote about being in the arena, junk like that. You know, insert your own inspirational quote here. But at this point, I feel like I've done my time. I've made it to a place where I am reasonably content with myself. As a matter of fact, you might say I have gone the distance. Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pour through the turns. Their prowess is potent and secretly stirred. As they speed through the finish, the flags go down. The fans get up and they get out of town. The arena is empty, except for one man still driving and striving as fast as he can. The sun has gone down and the moon has come up. And long ago somebody left with the cup. But he's driving and striving and hugging the turns and thinking of someone for whom he still burns. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in her time of need. Because he's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and biting and riding on his horse. He's going the distance. Yeah! Right. Oh, yeah. No trophy, no flowers, no flashbulbs, no wine. He's haunted by something he cannot define. Foul-shaking earthquakes of doubt and remorse assail him, impale him with monster truck force. In his mind, he's still driving, still making the grade. She's hoping in time that her memories will fade, cause he's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and fighting and riding on his horse. The sun has gone down and the moon has come up. And long ago somebody left with the cup. But he's driving and driving and hugging the turns and thinking of someone for whom he still burns. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in her time of need. Because he's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and fighting and riding on his horse. He's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and biting and riding on his horse. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. He's going the distance. Ha! Ha! Hey, hey! Ba, 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 ba. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ha! 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 Alright. So sad. Hey! 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 Hey, where are the, I guess this version didn't have, like, the backing vocals. That is something. That was a little odd. You know, the there wasn't any of that. Huh. Okay, that was a weird version. Anyway. So yeah, that was pull up the set list. Let's add that. How do I want to do this? The Distance by the band Cake. Okay, so we got that up there. I certainly sincerely hope that, all of these song titles are of a reasonable length. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, maybe... Can we, what font do I have it out? Can we bring it down to 36? Can we do that? Okay. Alright, you can still read that shit, right? You can still read that. Okay, so we got The Distance out of the way. But how you doing, Beepner? How you doing? So tell you what, how about we do another one? Let's get another one out of the way. And then I'm gonna see if anybody is interested in hopping into a Discord call. Don't do it just yet. I'm gonna do one more song before I take a peek, before I see if anybody wants to jump in. So let me sip one more time. So, I guess what we'll do now, we'll do another song where you don't necessarily have to, sing any notes. Yeah, because I'm keeping in mind, some vocal preservation. So, this next song, it's a band from New York. They recently, I think they did like a 30th anniversary set of shows for an album they put out in 1994. It's not from this album. And I think I saw a clip from one of the late night shows, and they did this song, and it wasn't on the album it wasn't on the anniversary. Well, it wasn't on the album that was having the anniversary. This came out a couple of years later. But I always liked how weird this one sounded. And, as I said before, there was a lot of weird stuff that Middle School Poncho was exposed to. Thank you, 93.1 WKRO in Daytona Beach. You are gone but not forgotten. Anyway, let's go to this next one. And it was the, if you're a wrestling fan, if you were a fan of ECW in the late 90s, this one might sound familiar to you. It was used as the entrance theme for the rather unusual odd couple tag team of Dastardly Danny Doring and the Angry Amish Warrior Roadkill. Here we go. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. If I stole somebody else's wave to fly up, if I rose up with the avenue behind me, some kind of verb, some kind of moving thing, something unseen, some hand is motioning to rise, to rise, to rise. Too fat, you must cut lean. You better take the elevator to the mezzanine jump. Change and it's on. Super bonbon, super bonbon, super bonbon. Too fat, you must cut lean. You gotta take the elevator to the mezzanine jump. Change and it's on. Super bonbon, super bonbon, super bonbon. And by the phone, I live in fear. Sheer chance will draw you in to here. Too fat, you must cut lean. You gotta take the elevator to the mezzanine jump. Change and it's on. Super bonbon, super bonbon, super bonbon. Too fat, you must cut lean. You gotta take the elevator to the mezzanine jump. Change and it's on. Super bonbon, super bonbon, super bonbon. A super bonbon, super bonbon. A super bonbon, super bonbon. Super bonbon, super bonbon. Super bonbon, bonbon. Move up and let the man go. Let the man go. Move up and let the man go. Let the man go. Move up and let the man go. Let the man go. Move up and let the man go. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Alright. That was, now we have got to add that to the set list. Okay. Super Bon, not Bon Von, no, she's not in this game. By, let's see, how did I do that? Soul Coughing. Yeah, Super Babam, absolutely. Okay. Let me pull you up. Alright, Super Bomb Bomb. Yeah, so you're getting, hopefully right now, you're getting a sense, you're getting the vibe of the, of today's karaoke. Yeah, just, Alternapalooza, Daria. Cough, cough, oh my soul. Absolutely. Oh my soul, that was a song by Big Star back in the day, back in the 70s. Okay, so we've got 2 songs out of the way. So how about this? I am going right now to unmute Discord voice chat, J-Don my soul. So right now, I've got that open. So not all at once. If anybody wants to hop in, I want to give people, if they have anything to say, if they want to sort of do that, I'll give them a chance. And I will type your name into current guest. Anybody wishes to. Okay. So, I'm going to leave that like so. Don't see anybody else, jumping in right at the moment. In case anybody asks, I do not have any kind of, alerts or, anything like that. I tend not to for karaoke. So here's what we're going to do. I think we'll go ahead and just jump into the next song. I think that's what we'll do. Alright. So, yeah, this was around the period, I guess this group, they were kind of, I don't know, would you consider them a comedy act? Would you consider them a meme act before memes were memes? Would you consider them goofballs? Maybe I should keep that mute. I think you know who this is. Yeah, I think you do too. So this is the first song. This is the first time I became aware of this particular group. So let's go ahead. This is a song from 1997. The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Hi, Yiffy, how you doing? Babe? Long chug, chug, chug. Chugga, 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 chug, chug, chug. Chug, 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 chug. Chug, 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 chug. Hello, my name is Poncho Smith and I'm a dumb white guy. I'm not old or new, but middle school, 5th grade like junior high. I don't know Muffo if y'all peeps be bugging, giving props to my hoe cause she fly. But I can take the heat cause I'm the other white meat. known as Kid Funky Fried. Yeah, I'm hung like planet Pluto, hard to see with the naked eye. But if I crashed into Uranus, I would stick it where the sun don't shine. Cause I'm kinda like Han Solo, always stroking my own Wookiee. I'm the root of all that's evil, yeah, but you can call me Cookie. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Very, very happy little tune. Quite a positive outlook on life. Yo, yo, this hardcore ghetto gangster image takes a lot of practice. I'm not black like Barry White, no, I am white like Frank Black is. So if man is 5 and the devil is 6, then that must make me 7. This honky's gone to heaven, but if I go to hell, then I hope I burn well. I'll spend my days with JFK, Marvin Gaye, Martha Ray, and Lawrence Welk, Kurt Cobain, Kojak, Mark Twain, and Jimi Hendrix, Poltergeist, and Webster, yeah, Emmanuel Lewis, cause he's the Antichrist. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Alright, party people, you know what to do. Want to see everybody's fucking hands in the air. Here we go. Come on, party people. Throw your hands in the air. Come on, party people. Wave them like you don't care. Come on, party people. Everybody say ho. Come on, party people. Everybody, here we go. Come on, party people. Throw your hands in the air. Come on, party people. Wave them like you don't care. Come on, party people. Everybody say ho. Come on, party people. Everybody, here we go. Come on, party people. Throw your hands in the air. Come on, party people. Wave them like you don't care. Come on, party people. Everybody say ho. Come on, party people. Everybody, here we go. Come on, party people. Every hands in the air. Come on, party people. Wave them like you just don't care. Alright. Alright, that's it for that song. Okay. Let's see. Anybody around now? I'm currently in the Voice Words Discord in the Socks Make People Sexy server. I have that channel all to myself. So, yeah, I just wanted to give folks the opportunity to pop in if they wanted to say something. Actually, oh shit, okay, gotta update the song, hold on. Gotta do that, gotta do the responsible thing. Let's see. So that song was... Wait, do I have that lined up? No, okay, that's better. I only decided to add that to the set list, like, this afternoon. Fire Water Burn by Bloodhound Gang. Not Bloodhound Game, Bloodhound Gang. Not For Water Burn. What am I thinking? What the shit am I thinking? Okay. Oh, I don't think I'll have to move to the side any further just yet. Don't think I'll have to do that just yet. Okay. Alright, alright. So here's what we're gonna do. You know what, I think I'll just go ahead and then get the next song set up. Hold on. Let me unmute you first. Let me unmute the Discord first. Okay. Okay, we have it. Alright. Hello, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lord Dalek. I'm 39 years old, and I'm a used car dealer.
Okay, outstanding. Outstanding. I'm trying to, okay. I'm trying to sort of twiddle your volume, your levels right about now. Okay, you're good. You're good. You can continue with your spiel. I'll go ahead and add you to the current guest list.
Well, I'm just here to remind you of the special times we shared together many years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like two revolving planets or two revolving, bodies out in space. They kind of go for like long distances and just kind of gravitate and sort of twirl around. But every now and again, they will kind of get back into each other's orbit.
Indeed.
And you go back to the old school forum days. Of a forum that shall not go named, but it's kind of pointless to bring it up now since, I don't know, there's been like a rebranding or two.
Yeah, all that happened after I got banned, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I think I probably unbanned, but like, no.
Effort that we're not willing to put in. Yeah, but that was kind of a strange time for me. If I'm going to be frank.
Strange time for me too.
Yeah, strange time for everybody involved. Yeah, but thanks for dropping in. Thanks for shooting the breeze a little bit. You're gonna make me delay. You're giving me an excuse to put off singing the rest of this set list. And as I said before, this is just shit I heard on like the local alternative music station.
Yeah, when I was in high school, all we got was America's Top 40. And
dear.
God.
Oh, dear.
I mean, there's a reason why I made a Spotify playlist called Dalek's Astoria High School School Bus of Doom.
Oh, boy. So, when I was on the school bus, it was either feast or famine as far as I was concerned. We would either get somebody who would play the alternative music station, with your Smashing Pumpkins and your Nirvana and whatnot, and other days we'd get the country station, and I would hate those drivers with a passion.
Oh God! I mean, country music in 1996, 1997, not a great era.
That was like Shania Twain's big period.
Yeah, that was the heyday of Garth Brooks and New Country.
Yeah, I guess Garth Brooks was like towards the earlier part of the decade. Boot, Scootin' Boogie. Beepner, you would know that one more than I would. Because again, me from I'm a daggone city slicker. I'm a silver-tongued slitty slicker. So. Let me put it this way: the first country song I could readily identify as being a country song, fucking Achy Breaky Heart. What does that tell you?
Everyone's favorite one-hit wonder, who's actually not a one-hit wonder anymore.
Because he fucked to get someone to collab with. He literally fucked to have someone else he could, write music with.
Yeah, fuck to get on the biggest selling single of all time. How does that work? Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of my musical history. I didn't peak in high school. I peaked in middle school.
Look at me. I mean, in high school, you know what I was doing? I was doing for music.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Philip Glass. That's how weird I was.
Well, Philip Glass is a respectable artist.
Yeah.
I assume. I can't name anything he does, but...
Diana Scotzi.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let's see. What do I have on the docket? What do I have on the itinerary right now? Let me think. I mean, we could talk about people we hated back on the boards back then, but...
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think this was still that period of time where the internet was a place you went to. It was that little corner of the room, that little corner of the office that,
well, this was before Twitter, of course.
Yeah, before Twitter.
Social media was a much different thing.
Yeah.
No Facebook, no nothing.
Yeah. I mean, there were plenty of people who got into, like, you know, who just loved the bare-knuckle brawling of some of that stuff, but... I had to go to work. Back when you would still go on the computer, yeah, that's essentially the dynamic, Beepner. That's essentially that.
Yeah, that was smartphones didn't show up until I was about to get out of college, so
Yeah.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
Hold on, I need to stretch out. And I am out of water already.
Stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no stretch notifications. I have no hydrate notifications or redeems because I am well in charge of my own faculties and I am well aware of what my body requires.
Yeah, well, right now, if there's a lot of noise on my end, that's because I got two air conditioners going at the same time. Because, like, oh god, is it hot?
Oh yeah, I get it. That's kind of the reason why there's not a whole lot else I can do mic-wise besides, you know, using, you know, filters, you know, noise canceling, not noise canceling, but like noise gate, noise suppression. Because a couple of years ago, you know, I was like, I want to stream.
Oh, see, that's the thing, is that they every time Windows installs a new update for Windows 11, it turns on the noise canceling stuff and it screws up my recordings for my Tuesday night podcast.
Yeah.
And oh,
I mean, I've been able to get something to work. I have something that it's not perfect, but it does a good enough job of keeping the ambient hum of, you know, my AC, the ambient whir of my ceiling fan. You know, I went through the trouble of, like, getting I guess a decibel reading app on my phone, and I would try to get the readings of, like, the AC and the fan, and, like, I don't know, the ambient hums of, like, the laptop I'm using right about now. And I would just sort of tinkle and twitter with, like, you know, noise gate and noise suppression until I could not see any perceptible movement on the little green bar part where I'm reading, you know, my mic inputs. So that, I got to somewhere, I got something I liked eventually, but it took some finagling. And like I said, it's not perfect, but I can live with it.
mm-hmm.
So there was all of that nonsense. Jesus Christ, this robe is getting sweaty already.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like a plush feeling too, like a plush fabric.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, it's still going to be pretty warm.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, I mean, you're basically putting on a towel.
That's yeah. A towel you I was about to say a towel you can wear, but you can technically wear towels. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'll if there's anything else you wish to leave with, anything else you wish to say?
Go read my fanfic. It's a new episode this Friday.
Okay. If you got a link, you can pop it in the chat.
I enjoy torturing small animals for a living.
Oh, that's well, keep your pets away from this man then. All right, thanks for dropping in, Dalek. Thanks for dropping in. I will catch you catch you elsewhere. Catch you later. Okay. So that's taken care of. So, let's see. Unless there's anyone else who's clamoring to jump in right about now for a little chin wag, I guess I'm going to jump into the next song. I'll go ahead and do that. So let me mute Discord voice. Okay. So this next song is from a group. I guess most folks would kind of consider them a sign of what do you call it? Kind of a sign that post-grunge was starting to be a thing. So there were two bands around that time, I want to say like 1997, that kind of popped up and kind of sort of were symbolic of like that post-grunge sound. One of them was Creed. The other one, for my money, was a band that I always felt should have gotten as big as Creed. But this guy, I guess this dude had a lot of personal demons, a lot of addiction problems that unfortunately just really curtailed a lot of that stuff. That just really did a number on him over the years. Actually, you know what? Let me go refill my water real quick, and then I will wax philosophical in a moment. Just give me a moment. All right, just needed to moisten my vocals, moisten the vocal cords. You know, it's good practice. Good practice to kind of do that, kind of get into that habit. Okay, so this song is from that first CD this band did. I actually got it for Christmas that year, and this was a single. It wasn't the first single. It's not the big single you're probably thinking of, but it was the first track off of this particular album. Yeah. You're so distant. I've opened doors, know when to listen, know what to listen for, yeah. The shelf in the room has been the way of holding me and letting me stay. Kick me out, let me go. I don't belong here no more. A releasing sense of getting tired. Hold myself, I can't hold myself. The shelf in the room has been the way of holding me and letting me stay. The shelf in the room has been so true. I can't hide in the shelf in the room. Yeah, holding out, never holding, holding out, never holding, never out, never holding, holding out, never hold, never hold. to listen, know what to listen for. Believe in resistance, don't let them tell you anymore. Is there any way to get away? Yeah. Ask myself while I stay inside, yeah. The shelf in the room has been the way of holding me and letting me stay. Shelf in the room has been so true. I can hide in the shelf in the room, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never hold, never hold. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never hold. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never holding. Holding out, never hold. The key is so distant, I've closed my doors. The shelf in the room, rain waiting to pour. All right, so that was kind of rough, but you know what? We'll add it to the set list. That was shelf. Not that. Hold on. How are we doing this? Shelf in the room by Days of. I might as well capitalize everything then. Days of the New. There we go. Elf on the Shelf. Elf on the shelf with no one else. It's Christmas time with the elf on the shelf. Yeah. Travis Meeks, very talented guy, but Days. Why did I write Days of the News? Hold on. I'm a fucking mess. Not Days of the News. Days of the New. Days of the New. Yeah. Yeah, I think Touch, Peel, and Stand would have been a lot harder for me. Yeah. So let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and jump into the next one. Kind of a. This period had some rather interesting one-hit wonders. I think I should say. Had some interesting acts. Maybe had some folks who would only really get any kind of commercial notoriety in the 90s. Not Jimmy Ray. Who wants to know? Who wants to know? Okay. But I'm sure most of you probably know this one. So we'll go ahead and get to it. Okay, just making sure my water went down the right pipe. Some of these don't have count-ins. I mean, I kind of erred on the side of, like, does it sound faithful to the original? But, oh well. Alright, let's get moving then. Let's get moving. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I had so much time to sit and think about myself, and there she was. like double cherry pie. Yeah, there she was, like disco superfly. I smell sex and candy hair. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it. Yeah, dig it. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I had too much cocaine, and I was thinking about myself, and then there she was, in platform double suede. Yeah, there she was, like disco lemonade. I smell sex and candy there. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Maybe I should have let the cowboy sing this one. I smell sex and candy hair. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it. Yeah. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Yeah, mama, this must be my dream. There we go. Who's that browsing DeviantArt on my computer? Well, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. Oh, gotta eliminate. He's not here anymore. There we go. There we go. So, let's update that. Update the set list. Okay, almost had a big typo there. It's sex and candy, not sex and a symbol candy. She's so like candy, so like candy. That's a song by Elvis Costello. We're not singing that tonight. And it's not Marcy's Playground. It's just Marcy Playground. Okay, does that look alright? Does that look alright? Sex with candy, Candy-O. Strangers with Candy. That was a show on Comedy Central. That's the one. Well, I'm curious what you meant by that comment, Polly. It is a dream. Poncho was doing this song. Were you always dreaming of me covering that song? Is that what that was meant to imply? Just wondering. Just thinking aloud. Okay. Let's see. Alright, this next one. Oh, where's my set? Where's my set? Hold on, let me mute the mic for a little bit. Dalek, Wannabe was not on the radio stations I was listening to at the time. Okay, I had to mute. I wanted to see. I know for this next one, hypernasality is going to be key. Gonna have to get nice and nasally for this one. Alright. So let me Pop you back up there. I just think this next one is fun. So here we go. They're not going to give me a count-in on this one either. Or are they? Friend needs a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. A friend with breasts and all the rest. A friend who's dressed in leather. A friend needs a friend indeed. A friend who teases better. Our thoughts compressed, which makes us blessed. It makes for stormy weather. Man, I forget where do I come in? Give me a count in karaoke channel. A friend needs a friend indeed. My Japanese is better. And when she's pressed, she will undress. And then she's boxing clever. A friend needs a friend indeed. A friend who bleeds is better. My friend confessed she passed the test, and we will never sever. Days dawning, skins crawling. Days dawning, skins crawling. Days dawning, skins crawling. Days dawning, skins crawling. Pure morning, pure morning, pure morning, pure morning. Morning, morning. A friend needs a friend indeed. A friend who teases better. Our thoughts compressed, which makes us blessed and makes for stormy weather. A friend needs a friend indeed. A friend who bleeds is better. My friend confessed she passed the test, and we will never sever. Days dawning, skins crawling. Day dawning, skins crawling. Days dawning, skins crawling. Days dawning, skins crawling. Pure morning, 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 pure morning. Friend needs a friend indeed. My Japanese is better. And when she's pressed, she will undress. And then she's boxing clever. A friend needs a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. A friend with breasts and all the rest. A friend who's dressed in leather. I forgot about it ending on the leather line. I thought it ended on like one of the other stanzas. Bow, 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 bow. Nice and droney. That's what always struck me about that particular song. So, did I pause that? Okay, we're good. We're paused. I'll go ahead and update the set list. I think that might come as a surprise that I picked that one to some of you. Pure morning. By Placebo. Yeah, maybe maybe vocally speaking, that was a little more androgynous sounding than what I'm typically known for. Okay, so where are we? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Good news, everybody. Wait, we're not halfway through. I picked 13 songs. Damn it. Yeah, we were 13 songs in. So, they were all... I thought about that one. They were all in love with dying. They were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain. I don't mind... Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen. Not now. I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. I think if I were to take requests now, it would just wreck me. Alright. So, let's see. Next one. Oh, we've already been going for an hour. Aw, alright. So, here's the next one. At this point, this might be... No surfing buttholes, not this time. Not tonight. This chord's still open if anybody wants to, say a word or two. But then I will get going on this next track. So, this one, it's from a group who, several years after this particular album, would go on to have, I guess, their one real pop hit, and like in the early 2000s. But they had an album out in 1996, and there was one song, one of their songs, recently made it into some amended list of Rolling Stone's top 500 songs of all time. And much to my shock, they had a song in that list. It wasn't their big pop hit, and it wasn't the song I'm about to sing. It was for the song Radiation Vibe, which is a good song. I was just kind of surprised that it made that list. So, okay. Yeah, so if things start to get a little sideways, I'm 6 songs in. This one might get a little dangerous, but oh well. Nothing ventured, nothing earned. I don't think they're gonna count me in on this one either. That's a problem. Hold on. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. The ocean is big and blue. I just wanna sink to the bottom with you. 'Cause on the highway, planes in the air, everyone else is going somewhere, but I'm going nowhere, getting there soon. I might as well just sink down with you. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. The ocean is big and blue. I just wanna sink to the bottom with you. I just wanna... Yeah, back in Egypt. Yeah, try to get that out. That's how they did it back then. So great. Out on the highway, up in the air, everyone else is going somewhere. They're going nowhere, and I'll be there too. I might as well just go under with you. Find me another verse, easier. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. The ocean is big and blue. I just wanna sink to the bottom with you. I just wanna sink to the bottom with you. I wanna sink to the bottom with you. The ocean is big and blue. I just wanna sink to the bottom with you. I just wanna I just wanna I just wanna Okay, that's the hard part over. Okay, that was fun. That was fun. Always like fun, cheery songs. Like, okay, you want to know what Poncho Core is? You want to know what's really Poncho Core? Really gnarled sounding songs with, you know, sugary sweet melodies. Finally, one I don't recognize. Okay, so this one was on MTV. This one had a video. All right, so let's update the set list. So, we just sang, or I just sang, or maybe you sang along at home. Sink to the bottom by Fountains of Wayne. New Jersey's very own Fountains of Wayne. There we go. Okay, now's the time where I should probably make a little space for the set list, or do I want to shrink it some more? Nah. We'll keep the titles up. We'll keep the titles up. I'll just sort of jostle over there. Move myself over here. Fountains of Little Wayne, absolutely. Okay. This next one's gonna be a bit of a breather for me. So, like I said, I heard a lot of weird stuff on the alternative stations, and that was great because, yeah, they would play fucking Smashing Pumpkins like 50 fucking times a day, but every now and then you'll get some really left-of-center stuff, and here's, I guess this is the one that always kind of stuck with me. I was just so kind of taken aback at the whole approach of this particular band. You know, they were known for some rather unorthodox arrangements. For example, they didn't have a guitar player. And for another example, the dude playing bass played a bass with only one string. So yeah, some rather unorthodox approaches to this one. I think this album, by the time this came out, this was kind of their commercial stab, or their attempt at going commercial, because there's a little more instrumentation going on, or at least this was the track that I remember hearing on the radio. Bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. Drink, call it an early night. Soon you're curled up beneath the reading light, or you bathe in the TV's blue tint on your pillow in after dinner mints. Yeah. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. Early to bed so you can wait. 3 buses, a trolley, and a train. I think it's worth it for you to stay awake. Maybe tomorrow you'll be a little late, but early to bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man or woman miss out on the nightlife. You'll miss out on the nightlife. You'll miss out on the nightlife. Yay! Okay, let's add the next one. And that was early. Gotta get my dash in. Early to bed by Morphine. I think the first time I heard the word morphine ever being used was back in like 5th grade, and they had like the DARE class, which they, had a cop come to school and tell the kids not to do drugs. And that's where I heard the word morphine for the first time. And I'm like, oh wow, they named a band after that. They must be really, really edgy. They weren't that edgy. They like jazz. They like blues. They weren't that edgy. Okay. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna take a little break, gonna take a little breather, going to step away for a moment. We don't have too many left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking songs left. Okay, I think I heard it in the move. Morphinus, Polly. Wait, not Polly. You're purple. Sorry, Cappy. How you doing, Cappy? How you doing? I can't tell purple people apart. I'm so fucked, man. How you doing, Cappy? Glad to have you in. Yeah. Well, I'm just singing singing songs that I liked back in middle school. That's the whole theme for this evening. That's the whole theme for tonight. Yeah. So, they're just one big purple family to you. Just a big old group of, yeah. Yeah, okay, everybody made the joke I was about to make. Everybody made the reference that I was about to make. So here's what we'll do. Let me step away for a bit. Let me take care of a few things, and we'll be back. And we will round out the remainder of this here karaoke stream. Hey, look, I've got red, I've got blue. I could mix it and get to purple too. All right. So let me take my break. I'm gonna leave you with the bossa nova to keep you company for a moment. Be back shortly. Okay, and we're back. We are totally back. Alright, so... I'm gonna go for this next one. We're gonna do this next one. But there might be one or two, depending on how I'm feeling, how the old throat is holding up. There might be one or two jettisoned. But you know what, you've already gotten a decent amount of songs out of me, and I haven't been a total embarrassment. So, let's get things going along. Let me pull up... Let me see what we got next. Okay, I think I can manage this next one. Alright, so this next song, it's another one of those weird one-hit wonders. I guess it took a few pages out of the whole New Age movement, the whole New Age kind of approach to music that people were doing, although this does very much have its own identity as a track. Pure Moods. Well, something like that. I believe this song was featured in the Cable Guy soundtrack. Not Larry the Cable Guy, but Jim Carrey the Cable Guy. And this song is based around a sample from B.B. King. One of his songs. I know it's based out of a B.B. King song. The actual title isn't really coming to me, but when this song got big, take 3 guesses as to who made all the money off of it. You know what? I'll keep my glass here. Totally keep my glass here. All right, let's go then.
Wrestles in her sleep. Moonlight spills on comic books and superstars in magazines. An old friend calls and tells us where to meet. A plane takes off from Baltimore and touches down on Bourbon Street.
Wait, they're not doing the do-do-do's yet. Or like...
Sit outside and argue all night long about a God we've never seen but never fails to side with me. Sunday comes and all the papers say Ma Teresa's joined the mob and happy with her full-time job.
You can take it away.
Am I alive, but rocks that drift away? The summer come for everyone. Can humans do what prophets say? And if I die before I learn to speak, and money paid for all the days I lived awake but half asleep.
Piano break. The music video was really trippy too. Although I guess it kind of had to be if you weren't somebody with, you know, the biggest budgets in the world. I don't know, even low-level bands got, like, if they got signed, at least had a little bit of cash to throw at, you know, music videos. This was still peak MTV.
you growing up. Seconds ticking killed us all a million years before the fall. You ride the waves and don't ask where they go. You swim like lions through the crest and bathe yourself in zebra flesh.
What the fuck does that mean? Now the singer's turn to do the line.
I've been downhearted, baby. I've been downhearted, baby. Ever since the day we met. Ever since the day we met.
Yeah. What does it mean? What are you doing with zebra flesh? I guess a lion could eat a zebra. But how you doing, Kit Kat? How you doing? How you doing? Alright. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one to punch in. That's how they get little Debbie zebra cakes. So, this song is a problem because the full title is No, there is no A in primitive. Is there? Yeah, it goes right across the fucking screen. That is the that's the full title of that. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and check to see if anybody wants to hop in on the voice call. That's what I have, the whole current guest line up there. If anybody wants to hop in and say a word or two. But there is an A in primate. Well, that's how it works sometimes. There is no A in primus. Weirdly enough.
Get downhearted, baby. I get downhearted, baby. Ever since the day we met. Ever since the day we met.
Yeah, I could do it now. I couldn't do it then. My tongue got in the way with all the do 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 do. Okay, I guess we can move the set list up a little bit. Where do we want to put you? All right. We'll roll with that. We'll roll with that. It's part of the act. It's part of the humor. So I guess I can pull myself up a little bit. Pull the mic up a little bit. Okay, fine. You know what? That works. That works out perfectly. Let me take a sip real quick. Alright, Well, you're not necessarily... Okay, maybe I should have clarified. I'm not here to make you sing. You can sing if you want to, but that wasn't the intent. The intent was, it's a birthday stream. Folks can drop in and yap should they feel the need to. That's why I have that open. Oh, hopefully that kind of clears that up. So that was kind of my thrust, my whole spiel there. Yeah. Better get my good mic. Okay. In that case, you know what? I'll go ahead and do another song. I'll go ahead and do another one. And I think some of you I think some of you might probably actually know this one. When did I go mute? When did I go mute? My mic is fine. What are we... Yeah. Oh. Okay, so right now I have Discord chat disabled or muted. Yeah, Ohio is a problem. Ohio is a problem to everybody. For right now, I'm keeping Discord voice chat muted in OBS until other things happen. Let's see. Yeah, I'm coming through in voice words in Discord. Plugged in the good mic and my streaming config to go. Okay. Well, you go ahead and get that worked out. I'll go ahead and do the next song. If you like falsetto, you've come to the right place. I think most of you probably are familiar with this one. You probably know this one. Let's go ahead.
You've got your ball, you've got your chain tied to me tight, tie me up again. Who's got their claws in you, my friend? Into your heart I'll beat again. Sweet like candy to my soul. Sweet you rockin', sweet you roll. Lost for you, I'm so lost for you. Oh, when you come crash into me, and I come into you, and I come into you. In a boy's dream.
Maybe not that much falsetto.
In a boy's dream. Touch your lips just so I know. In your eyes, love, it glows so I'm bare-boned and crazy. You. Oh, when you come crash into me, baby, and I come into you in a boy's dream, in a boy's dream.
Oh dear.
Oh, if I gone overboard, then I'm begging you to forgive me all in my haste. When I'm holding you so good, close to me, and you come crash into me, yeah. And I come into you. I'll hike up your skirt a little more, show the world to me. Hike up your skirt a little more, show your world to me. In a boy's dream. In a boy's dream. Oh, I will watch you there through the window, and I stare at you, wear nothing, but you wear it so well, tied up and twisted the way I'd like to be for you. for me. Come crash into me, baby. Come crash into me, yeah. Crash into me. Crash into me. Crash into me. Oh, I'm the king of the castle. I'm coming for that asshole that crash into me. Let's crash away, baby. Crash into me, baby. No less I see the wave coming, crash into me. See the wave coming, crash into me. Dum, 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 dum. Crash into me, baby.
That might have been the one that I go back and watch and like, yeah, maybe I could have let that one go. I'm the king of the castle, you're the dirty asshole. That's what we used to sing. That's what we used to sing. There you go, Polly. There you go. I dedicate Crash Into Me to all the beautiful people for Pride Month. That's literally all of you. There you go. There you go. Gotta update the set list. Gotta update the set list. Yeah, like I'm the king of the castle, you're the dirty asshole. We always sang it that way. Always thought it would have been the Placebo song. Well, I did okay with the Placebo song. I remember watching the music video and I saw the individual with the painted nails hanging from the, standing outside of the window. I'm like, is that a man or is that a woman? It's 1997. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's why the singer grew a mustache. To kind of put that to bed. Okay, update the set. Where am I? Oh, the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And yeah, what the fuck is that? Okay. Also, I heard the Metallica version of that before I heard the Bob Singer. And you don't dare get my number. You just, I did not practice Turn the Page. That's why I can't. That's why the words aren't coming to me just yet. Okay, so that was a little shambolic, but you know what that was? That was our 10th song. So that it was bound to fucking happen. Okay. Crash into me. See when I let me tell you something. Right now, for whatever reason, the audio is kind of doubling in my headset, and I have no idea why. But I did do a recording earlier, and I listened to the playback, and it wasn't doubling like that. And that's so fucking strange. Let me finish this. Okay, so it's Matthews with 2 T's. No, don't do that, don't do that. Okay. How you feeling out there? How you doing? How are you? Before I get into the next one, I guess I'd like to have a little chinwag with you, just between you, Matthews cloning sheep. Well, that's an option too. I just want to take this time out to thank you for dropping by. Always happy. See topical 90s reference. Dolly the sheep, yes. But I just want to thank you folks for taking the time out of your busy days, out of your schedules, out of your weeknight. Spend a little bit of time with yours truly. I do this I usually do this for my own amusement. And I don't think anything will really, nothing too big is ever gonna come of it. But, if I can, amuse a few folks in the process, that's totally cool. If somebody gets a little something out of what I do, then I'm totally fine with that. And again, I'm just glad and humbled that, anyone would, kind of sit back eating this for your hollow stars. Oh, fuck that. I know that branch is mostly ignored by the company, but I don't know. I'd have some stiff competition. Have some stiff competition there. Okay, next one. We're oh wait. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. Discord voice chat is no longer muted. Okay, let me pop you in. Okay, current guest. I'm just gonna write Kit Kat. That's you and well, okay, I'll do it properly. Kitrin. Katrina. Very fashionable Katrina. How you doing? Hi. Bonjour. Heidi, hi. Lodi, low.
I had to work to get this configured right.
Well, the important thing is you got there in the end. How you doing?
And you spelled my name right. Hooray!
Yeah, it took a moment. Yeah, I'm just adjusting levels, adjusting volume because I kind of didn't do that with the movie stream, the Heather's movie stream.
Oh yeah, that was kind of loud, but
I adjusted it. I mid film. I had to take that down and sort of toggle with it to make it listenable. But even going back to the playback, it's still she does sound pretty deep fried. Still just one big red bar. Okay, wait, Discord audio was 200%. Let me take it down to 100%. Big red bar. Let me. It's. You learn to be more vigilant of things over time.
yeah, kinda. You'd think that. You think I get my own sound right after like I don't know, like
it's
5 months streaming every time.
It's a
and
never.
I still have things fail.
It's a moving target. It's a constant moving target. You're never truly done. You're never truly there. In terms of settings, in terms of audio, in terms of anything like that. As I was going over with Lord Dalek earlier, will this ever sound great? Will this ever sound perfect? No, the best you can ever hope for is, I can live with that. This is acceptable.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do with life, too.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Katrina was,
You can just call me Kid if you want. It's pronounced Kyturnia, but no one ever gets it right, so they just call me Kid.
Like Eternia from He-Man?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, we'll just go with.
Huh.
We'll just go with.
Never thought of that.
Okay. Thanks for mispronouncing my name. I hate you forever now. Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No one gets it right. That just means that the ones that get it right the first time are as weird and twisted as I am, which is fine.
For the record, how does it go again? So I don't fuck it up again.
Like I said, you just call me Kit, but it is pronounced Kytrinia.
Kytrinia.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
4 syllables.
The one.
4 syllables. Okay.
Okay. Someone mispronounced it and made Kit out of it. It's funny.
That's fine. That's
because they
said
Kytrinia.
We'll just say that each and every time, like each and every time I hear someone say poncho, I'm like, you know what? It's different in different dialects. So that's what I'm rolling with.
I just call you.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
I put the
you in the hoodie.
I put the you in there just to fuck with people. Honestly, that's what it is. There's always been this sort of like standoffish, trollish sort of thing behind me,
Poncho.
Poncho.
I just
It's
said poncho
yeah,
just because I'm lazy.
yeah. Again, I'm just different. I'm just gonna chalk it up to like a dialect thing.
Yeah.
You can say it in many
Mhm.
different ways. Poncho. Okay, that's a new one for me. That's a new one. Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, Kytrenia was the one responsible for doing all the for doing like all the heavy lifting to get the movie stream off the ground. Getting my friend her PNG set up and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yep.
And
And it turned out great.
yeah, yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that.
You even,
Y-
I mean, I wasn't part of the every accessory you put on the screen. I tapped out for like 10 minutes and I came back and there was just stuff everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, I love all of this. It was so good.
Look, if it's any consolation to you, with as long as I've been, sort of fucking around with OBS, it's put me through my paces.
Yeah,
I've nearly,
I get that.
I've attempted to bite off my own hands because of how aggravating dealing with OBS. As I mentioned earlier, right now I'm getting doubling in my headset, but it's not picking up on stream. It's not picking up in the recording.
You probably
And
have a monitor set somewhere.
maybe.
I just figured that out myself. That's why my sound alerts were failing constantly. I have to do something stupid like where it records my desktop audio to get my sound alerts to go through, but I don't want my desktop to go through to my headset for everything. I basically have to have two sound card outputs.
Yeah.
One for what I'm listening to myself because I have things I don't want to broadcast to stream, but I do want to hear, like notification sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I do want stream to hear.
Yeah.
So it's a weird. I have to rig so much. I now have a checklist of how to duct tape your audio together.
Oh.
And that checklist also includes do a quick 30-second recording and test everything.
Yeah.
Before you go live.
I try
Which means
to
I can't do
that.
everything last second.
I mean, I try to do that, but with the last couple of games I've played, if I could see it, okay, is the audio peeking out of the green bar? Is it staying within the green? If so, fine, I'll live with it. I usually mic myself to be the loudest thing there anyway, and that's just a side effect of the fact of I'm kind of my general speaking tone is goes into the negative octaves half the time, and I tend to be a bit of a mumbler. So my mic settings are set up in the way are set up with that in mind.
All
To
about that gain.
just turn the gain up all the way. I don't have it super
All-
high right now.
All about them gains.
Scatman John is no Scatman John is not the next song. I was not listening to Scatman John in middle school. Yeah, but basically the only reason here's how I'm doing it. Karaoke the songs are playing in another window. I've just basically just got a window open that's doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
For I do that for some games as well. If I'm not streaming off of my Switch, or if I'm not using the capture card, and that works most of the time. It's the simplest. We're not doing Informer either. Not tonight.
I have no idea what any of these are except for Scatman. That's the only thing I recognize, and I'm not going anywhere near.
Yeah, Scatman John. Informer was by a white Canadian rapper named Snow.
Huh.
Informer, I lick me boom boom down. That one. He tried to have that sort of Jamaican almost patois affect to how he was rapping.
No, everyone just said Jamaican it up, huh?
Cultural appropriation and all that. Well, you know what? That's not the worst. That's not the worst incarnation of Canadian rappers we've ever had. No,
we about to hear some hot takes here, or what's going on here?
no. So, no, considering the other guy, the grifter, the guy who did raps with fucking Ben Shapiro.
I'm very out of the loop on these things.
Okay, good.
I spent a lot of time under a rock, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it was Tom McDonald. That's basically he writes. He makes raps for people who don't like the people who typically rap. Let's put it that way.
Thank you, Lord Dalek, for your subtlety and slapping me in the face with it. I appreciate that. I need that sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man, I still got. Let's see. Let me check my set list. How deep in this hole am I? Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, just 3 more. We're almost there.
Yeah, something living on a prayer.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll not living on a prayer tonight. Down in a hole was not considered, but songs off of the self-titled album were, like stuff like Again or Heaven Inside You. Those are songs by the band Alice in Chains. I'm you know, I listen to the songs that the Gen Xers listen to.
Yeah.
So
well, you enjoy that.
That's kind of where I'm at with that.
You're supposed to take the music you like and hold on to it for the rest of your life and have everyone else be confused by your musical taste as you get older.
I'd like to think that's what I'm doing right now.
Fantastic.
Has there ever been... Let me put it this way. This is... When I do a karaoke, this is my intention. This is my intentional intent, I guess. Find another one of these. Find another one of me. Find another person who is like VTuber, PNG tuber adjacent, and see if any of those motherfuckers have ever covered Placebo. See if any of those fuckers have ever covered a song written by Morphine.
I've heard of those things. I've not covered any songs, and I do streaming technically. Well, often, yeah. So
again, that's
I'm in the same decade of my life as you are now, so I'm close.
Right.
I don't look or act it, but
yeah.
Welcome to the beginning of your 5th decade. It's okay. I'm already 2 years in.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Again, there's always a part of me that's sort of like standoffish and like, I'm gonna do this because I know for a fact nobody else is. So
I think it's called being a hipster.
Yeah.
Or being defiant. I don't know. I do it too. It's subconscious at this point. If everyone else likes it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this now.
I mean, I've come to terms like, if anyone's along for the ride, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna, contort and twist myself to kind of cater to things. Otherwise, why the hell am I doing it?
You're not doing catering. You're just existing.
Well, cater. Well, you know what I mean.
I know. I'm being funny.
Yeah.
I'm being silly.
Sadly, there's no catering at this birthday party.
No.
I did order Indian earlier. Got another mixed grill.
I got water.
Yeah. And I
had Cheetos before. It's gone now.
I'll be making gumbo on Saturday. Chicken and sausage gumbo. Had to go out and buy some veggies for it. Onions, peppers, celery, garlic, all that swell stuff. Because I don't even really like, my folks in the family, they're like, oh, it's your birthday again. Do you want to go out to eat somewhere? And like, I just want to stay home. Truthfully, I just would want to stay home.
Yeah, I get that very much.
Yeah. I mean, I think, they kind of did enough, by just making the trek over here, by setting a day aside to actually come up and pay me a visit. So providing them with something, nice. As far as I'm concerned, that's the least I can do.
Yeah, and that's nice. That's nice you have that going.
Yeah, they're also bringing my brother back here. I'm gonna miss all this peace and quiet.
You'll live. You'll just
Yeah.
Remember what you're missing. And by missing, I mean not at all.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah. Show me the phone with like that shit like orbs again, my bro. And I will take that phone and shove it right up your ass.
At least has round things in it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I gotta go step away to do one more thing, and we'll get to the last 3 songs.
Okay.
All right, Kaitrina, thank you for dropping in. You technical master, you.
I'm glad to help out, and I'm glad it worked.
All right, outstanding. All right. I'll set you on your way then.
Yeah, I'm about to be yelled at for dinner anyway, so figured I'd drop by and just wish you happy birthday and
All right,
say hello. And
much appreciated.
yeah, certainly.
Mhm.
Have fun tonight.
All right,
Continue to do so.
I'll try. Thank you.
And then.
Have a good one. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, what I think happened was I might have muted something I didn't intend to mute. Yeah. Discord voice chat is what I intended to mute. Yeah, so, yeah, error on my part. User error. User error. Unmuted the stream, pulled a clip, just to see how it sounded. Well, I tried to keep you, like, roughly on par with my levels. I think that's what I was deliberately trying to do. No, it was my fault for inadvertently muting my own mic instead of muting the Discord chat through OBS. I got my fancy sound. Yeah, reverb. I got my reverb on. I always have my reverb on for karaoke. Okay. Wait, I sound better now or sound better in general? Because I've had the karaoke, I've had the reverb on as soon as I started singing. It's a reverb filter. And on the topic of technical stuff, look, I just you kind of hopped in, kind of, right away. I've had time to kind of like, futz around with things, so, that's it for that. Okay. So we got a few more songs. I know I'm going to do at least 2 more. Because there's another one that I don't think fits, doesn't quite fit the general vibe, but okay. Alright. So this is one I've known for a while. It's from a band who was really prominent back in the 90s. This one is off of an album they put out. I think it was their 5th album overall. It was also the last of their studio albums to go platinum. And this is a single off of it. Was either was it an official single? Was it just for radio stations? I can't quite recall. But we are going to sing it now.
I wish I was a neutron bomb. For once I could go off. I wish I was a sacrifice, but somehow still lived on. I wish I was a sentimental ornament you hung on the Christmas tree. I wish I was the star that went on top. I wish I was the evidence. I wish I was the grounds for 50 million hands upraised and open toward the sky. I wish I was a sailor with someone who waited for me. I wish I was as fortunate as me. I wish I was a messenger and all the news was good. I wish I was the full moon shining off a Camaro's hood.
Camaro's hood. I don't think I've ever been in a Camaro before. I left all my guitar picks at home. And ran out of time to get the props ready.
Wish I was an alien at home behind the sun. I wish I was a souvenir you kept your house key on. I wish I was the pedal brake that you depended on. I wish I was the verb to trust and never let me down.
They pull a silly little trick here at the end. A little gag, I suppose.
I wish I was a radio song, the one that you turned up. When Polly hears a fade out, it just makes her wanna fart.
Yeah, because I know how much Polly loves them fade outs. Okay, let's okay. Where are we? Set list again. Where are we? I look at the big white words in the window, and I assume I need to click with that. But no, I do this. No other VTuber, no other PNG tuber. We'll do it a 311 song one day. Camp, I sang that already, Beepner. I did that one already. For a previous stream. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it 311 one day. I'm gonna hold you to that, Polly. I'm gonna hold you to that. Alright. So this next number is from one of the first albums I ever bought. You know, there was I guess a thing on Blue Sky. You'll see this on social media. For old people, what's the first album you ever bought? What's the first CD you ever bought? And my answer is twofold. I bought 2 discs at the same time. 2 discs at the local Walmart. Back in 1997, I want to say. I don't know, with like birthday money or allowance money or some shit like that. I've been on the Soxcast a decade ago, literally 10 years ago. Grave Dancers Union.
Waiting for you to call me up and tell me I'm not alone. 'Cause I want somebody to shove, I need somebody to shove, I want somebody to shove me.
I've toyed with the idea of doing just a full unplugged set, you know, and just try to set up the background with like candles and flowers, like, you know, like Nirvana and Alice in Chains, you know, did with when they took the stage for MTV Unplugged. So anyway, this next song, this may or may not be the last song I do tonight. Depends on how my throat's feeling. This is from one of those albums I bought. The first one, well, one of 2 albums I bought, as, you know, the first album I ever bought with my own money. First one was Secret Samadhi by Live, and the other one was this particular album that this song is from, and it is actually the last song on this specific album.
Your eyes are burning holes for me. I'm gasoline, I'm burning clean. 20th century, go to sleep. Yellow plasticine, that is obscene. That is obscene. You are the star tonight, the sun electric out of sight. Your light eclipse the moon tonight. Electro light, you're out of sight. If I ever want to fly Mulholland Drive, I am alive. Hollywood is under me. I'm Martin Sheen. I'm Steve McQueen. I'm Jimmy Dean. You are the star tonight. The sun electric outside. Your light eclipsed the moon tonight. Electra light. You're out of sight. New Adventures, probably my favorite of their 90s output, behind Automatic Repeat. Probably, as a matter of fact, you know, the best album they made for Warner that wasn't Automatic Repeat. I'm going out on that limb. If you ever want to fly Mulholland Drive up in the sky, stand on a cliff and look down there. Don't be scared, you are alive. You are alive. You are the star tonight. You're so electric, out of sight. Your light eclipsed the moon tonight. Electro light. You're out of sight. 20th century, go to sleep really deep. We won't blink. Your eyes are burning holes through me. I'm not scared. I'm out of here. I'm not scared. I'm out of here. You know what? You know, with that last line, I think that's a good one to close on. I think that's a good one to sort of end it on. A dozen songs, probably my longest set yet. Electro. No, we're not doing electro. Electrolyte by the legendary REM. Okay. Yeah, so, you know what? I was about to say mic drop, but those are so expensive. Like in the wall where they put the last brick during Goodbye Cruel World. That is an album by Elvis Costello, and he never really cared for that album, except that's the halfway point. Yeah. So yeah, 12 songs. That's good enough for a full-length LP. I just sang, you know, a full-length LP's album. Stand on the I'm out of here. Yeah, like I said before, I'm getting some weirdness in my headphone that kind of threw me off a bit. Not the smoothest in the world. 12 songs of Ponchmas. Well, good enough. Yeah, we'll go with that. You sang on an LP, and now you're EP. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. So I just, I guess now is, yeah, kind of the last call for anybody to jump in. Anybody to, you know, kind of chat for a beat, actually. Let me sort of saunter off. Let me sort of saunter off for a bit. I gotta take another fucking leak.
Yeah. You get settled. And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm in. Nope. Huh. I didn't mute that. Okay. Here I am. I'm back. Where the fuck am I? Too many things, too many doodads. There were too many buttons, too many things I have to press to do things. Well, alright. How's it going? Okay, yeah, the work never ends. I gotta type this in too. Hello.
Cunt!
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can be that sometimes. I'm not going to deny.
To ruin somebody's birthday by showing up on their birthday stream and just saying the word cunt.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I kind of figured something like that was coming down the pipe, but you know what? Well, the thing is, most of the work is already done. So I already did I did most of what I set out to do. Because we're not quite
songs. That's a whole fucking album. So
yeah, I had to.
It a covers album. There you go.
Yeah. Yes, that is. Maybe next birthday we'll throw some album of the year era Faith No More in there, because they were on the radio too back then. I remember hearing when I was like a dumb baby, 1990. Epic was one of the first videos I remember seeing on MTV. That's kind of 1990's kind of, I guess, this either 89, 90 is kind of the start of my awareness of like popular music. Obviously, you had Michael Jackson and you had Janet, and all their videos being run all the time. But that was just kind of like background noise, and like you just sort of accepted that they were there. Paula Abdul. Once you start getting into 89, 90, then people like you could recognize. I knew that. I saw, like, even if I always knew stuff like More Than Words from that period, which was a big hit for Extreme. Like I said, I always knew, Epic. Janie's Got a Gun, that got played a lot back then. I have vague memories of that. Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. So, But with Faith No More, I knew Epic was a thing. And then
I knew Epic became a thing because it's the first major like controversy I remember being.
The Fish
report, like I remember that being like a big thing at the time. The first major quote unquote modern music thing that I remember happening was Michael Jackson's video for Black or White debuting after like a season premiere of an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, well, I remember watching the like for the Dangerous period. They had like it was a multi-network, all the networks. You had MTV, you had VH1, you had BET, you had a ton of the major TV networks just running stuff like Remember the Time and Black and White. It wasn't just a video premiere; it was a fucking event.
Yeah, like the entire Dangerous debut, I think is like the first big album release that my brain can kind of remember. Like I was aware of music before then because I had been listening to a lot of music before then because I grew up on my dad's fucking 8 tracks and LPs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was growing like I was listening to like Eagles and shit like that like when I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Shit like Eddie Rabbit or
I know that name.
but Jim Croce.
Oh yes, of course.
Like that's where like that's where my love of that shit comes from. But the first major modern thing I remember was like Michael Jackson's Dangerous. Like that whole rollout. And I remember like that episode of The Simpsons where Michael Jackson had
voice.
The voice.
Yeah.
And then they did like a black and white music video premiere on Fox like right after that. It was just such a huge weird thing. And I think that that's when I started finally paying attention to music in the modern era. And I remember shortly after that borrowing a copy of Use Your Illusion 1.
Yeah.
From a friend, and that's sort of like Guns N' Roses is weirdly actually where modern music kind of started for me, and that like where I started kind of digging in because like Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 was kind of like the first time I'd kind of like experienced modern music. Talk about a weird and like wildly extravagant way to get thrown into modern music. Like those 2 albums is just
we're absolutely just monstrous in scale and scope.
Yeah. Like that's where my modern music like digestion started.
Yeah.
And then I started getting into things that were more of that era. Obviously you have the Metallica, the Black Album.
Yeah.
Again, an event in and of itself. You have obviously, Faith No More starts coming in at that point. God, trying to like just thinking of like all the cassettes that I had like dubbed off of friends or bought myself and then dubbed off for others. It's just so wild. Like I mentioned like Soul Asylum's Grave Dancers Union. It's one of like the first Christmas presents I remember getting, or not Christmas, but a birthday present I remember getting from a friend in like 91 or 92, whenever that album fucking came out. And Green Day's Dookie is like a cultural, that is a touchstone.
Everybody had a copy of that. Everybody had a copy.
That is like, if I were to ever do like a full blown karaoke stream, I would totally be happy just doing that entire album. Because Dookie is literally one of my favorite albums, like of all time, and I think it's also just funny because, haha, Polly, funny farts and Dookie, haha.
I'm not going to tell you not to.
Yeah, like that's obviously something that I've kind of like I've maybe put some work into looking at. Like I may have instrumentals hanging around on my hard drive. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Oh, do keep us posted. Do keep us posted. Yeah, I think as far as musical awareness for me goes, the first albums I guess I remember listening to were either stuff my mom had on cassette tape, listened to her Walkman. And I remember listening to, again, back to Michael Jackson, listening to Dangerous and Bad. On those. The soundtrack to The Bodyguard, the Whitney Houston one.
Yeah.
So it was those I kind of when I could like sort of like have access to a device where I could listen to music.
Modern music, like I remember like some of the other more modern music at the time that I listened to, like the first Mariah Carey record.
Okay.
In Vogue.
In Vogue, yeah.
That's a real good album, by the way. That is not just like like that. Free Your Mind is literally not like the only banger on that album.
No,
That's
they
a
had
solid
some.
record.
They had Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It.
Gonna Get It,
That's a sweet, sort of like really funky R&B throwback.
Yeah,
That's just stone cold classics.
yeah, like the only Color Me Bad album.
We're getting that. We're getting that I Want to Sex You Up cover out of you one way or another.
Yeah, baby, there you go.
Polly, Rhett, John, and Beepy. They're your 4 singers to do that, do all the parts. Yeah.
We need to do like a Beastie Boys cover from like Check Your Head era. We need to do So What You Want. We need to get like a good cover of that going.
I mean, we need. There are already too many livers doing Sabotage. So maybe change it up.
Man. I think Check Your Head is the better album. I love Ill Communication, don't get me wrong. But I think Check Your Head is the better album, and I think that there's so much more cool stuff. Yeah, Professor Booty! I would absolutely love to do a Professor Booty cover with like anybody in the community that would want to do it.
Yeah. I know I've listened to Check Your Head a few times. It's Ill Communication that I don't know, for whatever reason I just kind of zone out after Get It Together. For whatever reason I just can't remember anything that comes after that track. That was the one where they had Q-Tip.
Yeah.
And I know I know that Ill Communication essentially plays like, Check Your Head Part 2.
Oh, I think that I think it's way different than Check Your Head, actually. I think it is a much more of a jazzy kind of record. Whereas, like, Check Your Head is very much like
a garage album.
Yeah, like that is a garage album. And so like I understand why like listening to Ill Communication is just very easy to zone out, because I think that's kind of the vibe that album's going for. But Check Your Head is just like bangers, bangers, bangers all over the place, wall to wall bangers, and like the instrumentals are real good. I think that's go ahead.
Okay, I think the thing that threw me off, with Check Your Head, especially coming from License to Ill and Paul's Boutique. Yeah, there's when you get to Check Your Head, there's not as much rapping as there are on the previous albums.
Well, that's just because there's
more
a
instrumentals,
lot of instrumentals on that album, and because they really were trying to expand themselves as musicians, and I respect that. And I don't think that they're terrible musicians. I do think that like the instrumentals can be a little, maybe a little lackluster.
Yeah, there's no Jaco Pastorius in that group.
Yeah. Like I understand why they wanted to pursue that and why they went that direction. With the next couple of records, I think they even went that way with like Hello Nasty as well. Like, to
me, Hello Nasty is the sound of summer.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like that's a good summer record. Remote Control, that's a banger of a track.
Oh yeah, absolutely. For a lot of the stuff I listen to, for a lot of the albums that I grew to love. Eventually grew to love Nevermind, eventually got around to Use Your Illusion. A lot of that, I wasn't cognizant of it when it was brand new. A lot of it was just like sort of retrospective, because I remember...
You said you bought your first album with your first money, with your own money in 97, so...
Yeah,
like these are like 6 years old, and so...
Yeah. I guess a lot of it was from, 97, 98, MTV was doing a lot of sort of their own sort of retrospective stuff. They would run programs of like the top 10 best hard rock videos, or the top 10 best videos that use animation, or stuff like that. So that it's stuff like that. It was kind of those that got me into picking up stuff like Appetite and Use Your Illusion. I was like kind of like I'm not gonna lie, when I like, I think the first GNR video I remember seeing was like Patience, and then just listening to the two, they were playing it on one of those like They were doing another one of those, like our 100 greatest videos we've ever
100
aired.
greatest videos of all time.
Yeah, they ran a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was that period. So that's how I kind of became acquainted with like a lot of the older stuff. Now stuff like you know, Nirvana, Chili Peppers, that was already being played on like the radio stations I was listening to. Again, rest in peace 93.1 WKRO, Edgewater, Daytona. I can say those towns because I don't fucking live there anymore. So
Sure.
yeah, but MTV got me interested in like you know what GNR was doing, and I'll admit VH1's 100 Greatest Moments on VH1's 100 Greatest Moments shows. That too. That was like a couple of years later, but they jumped onto that train. See, even before the internet, people fucking loved lists.
Yeah. Like my like for me, like my I think my ultimate summer song
Mhm.
is probably "Soul to Squeeze" by
Oh, yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. That was like 1994. It was like I remember this whole summer. Like it's 1994 was such an amazing year, like music wise, and just for a lot of things, really. But I remember that being like the summer that I was like obsessed with Mortal Kombat 2, and then like that fall, obviously Mortal Kombat 2 would come out for home consoles, and that whole story there.
Oh, yeah.
But like I remember just this, like I have this moment in my head, it's just burned in my head of like Soul to Squeeze playing on the TV, and I'm just like chilling in my room in a chair looking at a move list for Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, just
in a
absolutely
magazine.
engrossed.
And it's just like there's this moment that's just cemented in history with that song, that game, that specific. Like I literally hunted down a PDF of the magazine just to kind of like relive that moment, you know, like where you like it's just like this thing that's so vivid in your head, you know.
But that's kind of a weird combo. This sort of relaxing summer song and a game where you rip somebody's spine out.
Yeah, right.
I have something like that too.
Yeah.
I remember on 97, 98. That's by that point I had like a little boom box at home that you put like those big fat ass batteries in the back of.
Yeah,
and
man, those big ski batteries.
And that's how I came to associate the Offspring's Ixnay on the Ombre with GoldenEye 64.
Oh hell, my Ixnay on the Ombre story is that I bought that album on cassette. And my friend at the time, he had a paper route that he had to drive. Like it wasn't like a walking paper route. He was on a driving paper route. And 3/4 into the paper route, his car broke down while we were listening to that album. So, like, you know, like, I can't remember, like, you know, like, Walla Walla or, like, whatever song is, like, track 9 or 10 of that album. I just remember, like, being stuck in the fucking cold.
Wait, wasn't Walla Walla? Walla Walla was on Americana, wasn't it?
Maybe it was. But I remember it was I know that I had bought Ixnay on the Ombre. I brought it along to go, you know, and it's like, oh, hey, I can't go home and listen to it. I'm going to go with my friend on his paper route and keep him company. And then his car fucking breaks down 3/4 into it. So we got to call his dad and wait an hour before he gets there. And I just remember that Ixnay and I had bought Ixnay on the Ombre earlier that day, and we were like 3/4 through it by that point.
Well, at least you could play it again and it could keep you company.
There you go.
Man, I wish I had music to listen to. I was never in a car that broke down, but I was on a parade float that broke down.
Oh no.
Yeah, 1993, New York City, either 93 or 94. They have the Puerto Rican Day Parade every year up there, and I have no idea whose fuck idea it was to put my little kitty ass in a little tux, in a little monkey suit, and just put me on a float with some dudes who look like they just got right off the island, playing their guitars and their marimbas, and I'm waving a little PR flag. I don't know whose idea that was. Maybe it was my mom's. Maybe it was my grandmother's. I never found out Were y'all menudo? No. No, we weren't that interesting. But the float broke down somewhere in the middle of Manhattan. And we were just kind of stranded there, and all the other floats had to pass us by, including the float for one of the bigger rap stations at the time. I think they were promoting the other Dr. Dre. I think he was a big deal, a big radio personality.
They did like an album in like 94 or 95, 93, 94, somewhere around there. So yeah, that's right about that time. I remember,
Yeah, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. That Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Like, the name of the single they released is like right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. I just know, I literally know what you're talking about, though.
I mean, was the single any good?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah, they were just kind of hangers on.
Good.
Yeah. What to do? I was about to respond to like a handful of things, but then we jumped over to parades for whatever reason. Yeah. Oh, that's how it goes. I mean, I'll watch the VOD and be like, shit, I meant to add something in there.
That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, it's like the awesome zinger that you think of like an hour like after the fact when
yeah, always the case.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has sure been a birthday.
Hell yeah. I hope it's been good. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah. I mean, it was an excuse to take the day off of work, and I'm never gonna look those in the mouth.
I'm always going to do that. Like, I'm the boss, and I can literally just schedule myself off, and I do every fucking time.
Oh, even better. Okay. So folks, this marks the end of our sing-song stuff. I want to thank you all for dropping in, for coming by. Note how I said it's the end of the music for now.
The sing-song stuff. We got we got what, like 22 more hours of game playing to go, everybody.
Yeah. Well, not game playing, but if you'll refer to the title of this stream,
it does say an announcement.
An announcement, yes. So let me get that going.
I'll pop out of here and I'll let you have your moment.
Okay.
Okay. And all right, but yeah, happy birthday, Poncho. Thanks,
appreciate it. Always happy to have Paulie around. Paulie brings joy to everybody all the time.
Thank you.
I need to be going for like another 10 fucking years before I can catch up to you.
Nah.
Before I can even get close to approaching the throne of Polly.
No. Happy birthday, friend. Lots of love.
Not a problem. All right, appreciate it. I have to review every Final Fantasy. I don't want to. But yes, we do have an announcement. So let me get this ready. You know what? Maybe I should change into something. Hold on. Maybe I should change into a different form. An older form. Something that I think would be a little more appropriate for what I'm about to announce. Now, you remember this, right? This was the OG outfit. The old boxer man. The one with the eyes permanently affixed, permanently going, permanently glazing. Well, there's, Punch Guy, absolutely. But, well, let's just get it over with. Let's just do this. I can bring that down a little bit because this ties into the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and weirdos of all ages, I've been doing this PNG shit for a year. And you know what? I think it's time. To make the next logical move. I believe it is time to make the next step. So, in the not-too-distant future, this is happening. This is imminent. Maybe eating Mike Tyson's ass will show up. But first, it's finally happening. It's finally happening. Poncho Smith, live, 2D, debut, coming soon. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. This is thing. This is a thing. This is happening. This is for real. Hold on. Oh god, that's scuffed too. That's scuffed too. But yeah, folks, it's for real. This is a big deal. This is a big fucking deal for me. Yeah, so that's your announcement. You know what? Let's flash the image up again. Let's flash it up again. Yeah, Poncho Smith, live 2D debut. This has been in the works for a little while already. Yeah. Like I said before, we're taking the next step. It's gonna be awesome, folks. Gonna be awesome. I can't give an exact date, I can't give an exact time, but be on the lookout. It's closer than you think, man. It's closer than you think. Absolutely. Yeah, so that was the announcement. That's what's happening. That's what the score is. So yeah. I think, yeah, that's the perfect way. That's the perfect way to sort of conclude the festivities for tonight. We can turn that off. Yeah. Alright. So you know that's coming down the pipe. I'm hyped for this. Are you hyped? I'm hyped. You should be. I should be. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That was my big announcement. It's coming. It's gonna happen. I've got some, that means I've got plenty of work on my end to do. But, man, you know, that's how it goes. So, once again, thanks to everybody who dropped in for coming to the karaoke stream, coming to the big live 2D debut. I'm finally going to be a real boy, or a real gamer girl, or an actual T-Vuber. Whichever verbiage you choose, whichever verbiage you prefer. Fuck it, we'll keep it going too. We'll keep that playing too. Why not? We'll go out like this. But thanks for dropping in. Thank you, Lord Dalek. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, Katrinia, for dropping in, for chatting a bit. Hopefully I get another chance to do this in the future. And as always, I will keep you posted with any new developments, any new changes, anything that pops up, yeah. But until next time, everybody, this is Poncho Smith, signing out. Good night, good luck, and I will catch you in the next one. Let's get ready to... Later.